Because he's the one that said, I don't understand why this is hard for you, because he's the one that said it. Okay, but he's the one that said it. So you're choosing when you're going to coin him. You're choosing when he's telling the truth and when he isn't. You haven't identified a credible person. You've identified a liar. But he's the one that said, okay, but he's the one that said it. I'm going to turn this into a piece. Okay, I'm kind of a little frustrated with you. Guys, are you understand? Please, just bear with me. Quiet, please. Guys, over at Bad Guy Inc., I just got done telling you that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler for June 29th in International Fight Week. How do you know? That was the only point that I made. And I don't know. But if you're running with that as a headline because you like it and you think that the narrative fits, if your only source is Conor McGregor, the same person 4 days prior to that was caught on video saying that he was going to box Manny Pacquiao. I don't understand why we're in an argument about this. You either understand that concept or you don't. And things in life will work this way all the time. Somebody will get called a liar until he says something that what was the answer that you wanted. It happens in court nonstop. If somebody says, I'm guilty, boom, well, if the guy's a liar, why would him saying I'm guilty or saying I'm not guilty? Like, why would either one of those appease you if you know that the source is incredible? It would seem as though you need further evidence or you need to do further research. But it doesn't work that way. It would take a hell of a cop and it would take a very wise detective to ever push back on somebody that says, I did it. It is a very rare thing where it's ever even pushed back on. So I'm simply making a case that if Conor fights Chandler on International Fight Weekend, and what you have for your evidence that that's going to happen is Conor McGregor, who within the same piece told a lie, which is that it's going to be 185 pounds. And I got to tell you, I don't like the word lie. I don't know if I ever call someone a liar. I really do not like the word lie because people have the right to change their mind. And lie is such an ugly word. When Conor was just out there trying to entertain, he was out there rusing, he was out there amusing, he was out there fooling around. So I don't like to apply an ugly word. But there's a game. I grew up, there was a game and it was called Two Truths and a Lie. And we would even play it in a classroom. Somebody would stand up in front of all 25 of their classmates and they'd tell two true things about them and then they would make one thing up and they would see if the class could identify it. So it's under that vein. And I shouldn't be having an argument. I shouldn't be having an argument with the team over here. But I don't really understand how I could say this any clearer. Conor McGregor. Okay, let me just spell this out for you, the jury. 4 days prior to Conor making the claim about Chandler. Okay, 4 days before that. Conor McGregor organically sits down at a boxing event. Now, you got microphone, you got a camera on him, someone breaks the clip, they put it off. Conor McGregor is telling a guy, I was just talking with His Highness, I've already agreed to fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny has agreed to fight me. We can't get this deal done, we can't even get it shaken on because Manny won't agree on the weight. But don't you think if I'm giving up my skills, this is Conor talking, don't you think if I'm giving up my skills, if I'm giving up my kicks, if I'm giving up my grappling, don't you think that he should give me a little bit of weight? It was a very honest question by Conor. It was a very fair way to promote things by Conor. Logan Paul has proven that to the world. I mean, Logan used the same thing when he fought Floyd. He said, this guy's a lot better than me. Wait, but I'm a lot bigger and I'm younger. Been told our whole lives that size and age matters. Let's actually go test it. He's a lot better, but I'm going to have a few pounds and I'm going to be younger than me. It was great. It was just honest, right? So that would be a very organic and very real and very meaningful. And to go into court, that would be a Conor that you could really take at his word. Because he wasn't claiming innocence, he was claiming guilt, right? He wasn't claiming there was a fight there, he was claiming there's not a fight there. He wasn't claiming he wants something, he's claiming not getting it. In the world of court, it would be a very honest and real statement that Conor made. 4 days later, you have an edited piece. It's edited. It's not real. Do you guys remember when there was riots somewhere and Jon Jones went down to break them up? But Jon Jones brought the cameraman that showed him breaking them up. It wasn't the local KPTV Channel 12 putting this out at 6 o'clock. It was Jon Jones's Instagram. He filmed it. He went down to the riots. He brought a camera. He made himself the hero of the story. He went home. He edited it, and he put it out. I mean, but do you remember this? Because that's what Conor did. And he claimed that he's got a fight with Michael Chandler at 185 pounds on June 29th, of which it's not so. I don't like the word lie, but it's not true. It's not accurate. He does not have those things. Okay. Does he have any of those things? Are any parts of the story true? We know that the story is not, but are there parts of it that are true? And do you see where if you say yes, you're weird? I mean, either get that concept or you don't. I'm arguing with my own team over here. But do you understand that concept? Conor McGregor will not have a bout agreement for 185 pounds within the sport of mixed martial arts. True or false? It can't be both. It can't be both. Have some balls. True or false? Well, he says that he does. Did you see the problem? He also says that he's fighting Michael Chandler, which if he's to fight in mixed martial arts, it will be against Michael Chandler. So we got that one. We just don't know if it's going to happen. Moreover, he claims that he has a date. He claims that it's June 29th. That could be. Now, if you have a couple of pieces of the story, the best you can do is to say, yes, if he fights again, it will be Chandler. June 29th, and the best you can do is say, hey, it could be. But you also know 185 pounds, which he included in the story, is false. Why is it that you would take that story and then assume you've got truth within the things that you want to be true, when you know the story in its entirety is not? Why would you celebrate it? Why would you boast? Why would you brag? If you don't have a weight class, you don't have a fight. And you're now left with people to take Conor at his word, which is an interesting thing. I mean, Michael Bisping, not a friend of mine, but he came out and he did a whole piece how Conor would be tired. If he did it at 185 pounds, fatigue has been Conor's greatest weapon, or rather, detractor. Why? Why were we breaking down a piece when it was done by a man claiming to have a contract that he does not have? Why have we agreed that a story in part was true while its in totality was a lie? Why, like a good detective, are we not able to push back even when the person says they're guilty?